disciples go to Jesus, and Jesus says to the disciples, I was hungry and you didn't feed me. He says, I was thirsty and you didn't give me anything to drink. I was in prison and you didn't come see about me. I was left out and you kept me out. Goes on and on. Disciples say to Jesus, when didn't we feed you, Jesus? When didn't we give you any clothing? When were you in jail and we didn't come to see about you? He says to the disciples, inasmuch as you didn't serve the least of these, you didn't serve me. The poor, the ostracized, the minorities, inasmuch as you don't serve the least of those people, you cannot serve me. That's where that greatness comes from. Young people in this room, we stand at the cusp of a very important movement. It is not a movement for social change. It is not a movement to remember a dream. It is a movement of realizing your hope. It's a movement of taking advantage of your opportunities. See, the greatest failure in life, young people, is to let an opportunity go by and not take advantage of it. That's the greatest failure anybody can have on this earth. Somebody once said, the purpose of life is to die stronger than when you started. And the only way that you die stronger than when you started is by taking advantage of every opportunity that you have in this moment to make life better in the next. So how do you take advantage of your opportunity? You stop complaining. Young people say to me, I didn't have a father when I was growing up in my house. So what? I was poor. We were in the ghetto. So what? I don't have any money. So what? I don't have a mother, or I don't have resources. So what? Nobody cares about what you didn't have. A lot of people don't have. I don't have fancy houses and fancy cars. That doesn't mean I'm not successful. So what you don't have the newest pair of sneakers? So what you didn't make the basketball team? Who cares? We need to stop making excuses and start promoting successes. There is no excuse for failure. I don't care who you are, how old you are. I have a 74-year-old mentee who operates a 6,000-member church in the heart of the Bible Belt. 74 years old, and he calls me for advice. Now you talk about a paradox. And he says to me, you know, people aren't coming to church, and they aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So what? Reverend, don't call me with this nonsense. Call me back when you got some sense. I hung the phone up. Called back 20 seconds later. I said, Reverend, I'm sorry about that. I was just... Pray for me. I need prayer. But it's absolutely true. We cannot go about life with excuses. We cannot go about life failing to meet standards. I'm going to break a rule that we have in society, that young people should have goals. I don't believe in goals. See, that means you're not living your life right anyway, if you've got to set a goal. I believe in standards of excellence. Nothing else is acceptable except standards of excellence. That's what makes you successful. So then I never have to have a goal to obtain if I'm always at my best. I travel all over the country. I get jet lag all over the country too. But I travel all over. See all types of young people, all types of backgrounds, all types of ethnicities, groupings. And they say to me, we're so thankful that you came, and we realize now that we could go out and do wonderful things. I go to banquets and pomp and circumstance. I go to graduations. I go to parties. I go to $2,000 plate dinners. I never paid for them. I go to all these fancy things. But I go to more films. I go to more schools that are failing. I see more violence in our communities than any banquet I've ever been to. Children are dying in the streets for no reason at all. There is something called responsibility for yourself and for your community. It's called self-respect. It's called living up to those standards of excellence. Went to a funeral the other day, young lady, 14 years old, middle school student.